You have a reason just from being human to want to have therapy. I want to talk today about the few signs that you can't ignore, that you shouldn't ignore, that you need to go back to therapy or you need to start therapy if it's your first time. So without further ado, let's talk about it. So I get this question a lot. Is it time to go to a psychologist? Should I go back to my psychologist or my therapist? People are wondering when is a good time, when is not a good time. It's very difficult to say. And another question I get a lot is, how long should I see a therapist? Even my patients ask me, do I need to stay? Do I need to go? Is it something I need to go for years? Or should I do it for a few months? You know what my answer is going to be. It's complicated. Our mind, our souls, us as humans, we are complicated. I want to say another thing. It's not just that we're complicated. We're also individual people. We're different. We're unique. We have different issues. We were brought up in different homes. So there's no one answer that applies for everyone. I see a lot of people go for many years, maybe 1, 2, or even 10 years. They see a therapist, it helps them. I see a lot of people that go in kind of periods. They go for a few months because there's a crisis or something is going on. It helps them, it gives them a boost, and then they continue for a few years or a few months without them, and then they go back. First sign, do you feel like you're not yourself? Do you get teary? Do you feel the tears come up in unexpected moments? Do you feel like your emotions are uncontrollable? Do you feel extra sad, extra anxious? Something is different, something is uncontrollable. So if you feel any of the next symptoms that are being aggravated, it is time to go see a therapist. The signs are maybe you're eating or sleeping more or less than usual. If you're withdrawing from family, friends, your loved one. If you're just feeling off, therapy can help. Therapy can, first of all, give you a more satisfying or better feeling just from starting to go and talk to someone. It's important to go before it gets serious, before you develop any kind of big impact on your life. It's important to say if the thoughts and the feelings get really aggravated, you feel like it's something out of your control, if you feel like life has no meaning, if you get suicidal, if you think about taking your own life, see a therapist right away. There is cure. There is something you can do to relieve. Have you stopped doing your regular activities? The second thing is, do you do things differently? Do you find it more difficult to do the things you used to do? Picking up your kids from school, going to work, doing the usual things. If you feel like it's more difficult, like it takes more effort out of you that you can even bear, then it's another sign that it might be time to see someone to talk to. Do you feel like you're more negative in your view? Do you feel more pessimistic? Do you have many negative thoughts and emotions? Even the happiest moment in your life, do you feel like you're not feeling the way you were meant to, you're supposed to, you should, you're not feeling happy? It's another sign that you need to go and talk to someone to understand and pinpoint the problem so you can solve it. Do you feel like your mood and emotions and thoughts control your life? Is it more difficult to get out of bed? Is it more difficult, again, to do the things you used to, but you feel like your mood is controlling everything? If you woke up and you've had a bad mood and you used to be able to manage it, and now you just can't. You can't seem to get out of bed. You can't seem to do the things you have to because you're feeling so bad. It's another sign, because you shouldn't live a life that is being controlled by your emotions. Have you had someone close to you pass away? Have you had any kind of traumatic event, past, present, that starts to build up that you feel like you need to address? We'll talk about the grief first. It is a long process. Even if you do it with an expert, losing someone you love is difficult. But there is no shame in getting help, in having a space that is just your own, that you can grieve and process and digest what happened to you and the loss of the person that you've loved so much. If you've had something traumatic happen to you that you start to get flashbacks from, or you need to process it, the best way would be is the closer we treat the event to the event, which means when the event happens, the closer to the end of it, that you're going to see a therapist, would be better, would have a better prognosis in dealing with the traumatic event. The last, and this time really not last, is that actually you don't need any kind of sign or any reason to see a therapist. A lot of people tell me that there are hungry kids in Africa and there are more difficult things to endure. This person had a traumatic event. What do I have? That's the beauty about psychology. Everyone is accepted. You have a reason just from being human to want to have therapy, to want to have someone to talk to. You don't need something bad to happen to you. You don't need to get to the ending point of not being able to do anything to see someone. It's completely okay and acceptable to just go and find a space that is your own. The beauty of therapy, you're not alone. So many people, especially these days, feel alone, feel like they're the only ones suffering or feeling certain emotions. But when you go see a therapist, a psychologist, you have a companion to join you in the journey of knowing yourself, of going through the dark spots of your life, the places that it's most difficult to see. But what happens when we do that is that we allow ourselves to correct, to not be afraid of it, to live next to it, to live better. So everybody deserves a therapy. Everybody deserves a space that could call their own and that they're accepted for whatever they bring there. And that's the beauty of therapy. So I hope today gave you something. I hope it maybe sparked the idea of going to see a therapist. If you feel very sad, very alone, talk to someone. Don't stay alone with it, because you're not alone. So I'm going to be here next week on Tuesday to see you. If you liked it, hit the bell button so you can get notified whenever I upload new videos. Subscribe to my channel. It supports it, but you can also be a part of this beautiful family. So until the next time, stay well, stay safe. Bye.